All right, everybody, it's Tyler here at the Kalahari Classic, checking out its 1575X Xcaliber coming in from Virginia. Super cool, 6-motor X drive with some incredible retractable odometry pods that you really have to check out. This team is also using a lever bot as well too, so we're going to hear more about how using an X drive like that with the lever comes together, and of course how that ties in with those odometry pods that are able to retract when they go over a certain height. So let's learn more about them coming up here on Pits and Parts. This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following. Build your alliance and discover why so many VEX alumni choose Kettering University. Every student at Kettering experiences their cutting-edge co-op programs that seamlessly blend the professional and academic worlds. Kettering co-ops are a fully immersive working experience at the leading edge of industry. Head on over to kettering.edu/VEX to learn more about their incredible programs and get more information. The Robotics Education and Competition Foundation provides fantastic programs for students from elementary school all the way through college. These include VEX, aerial drone competition, online challenges, JROTC, girl-powered, scholarships, certifications, and so much more. To discover these exciting opportunities, visit recf.org and get connected. Nathan, let's dive more into this robot here. Just talking about from the build aspect of it. Walk me through like how you came up with this, and let's break down some different aspects of it.
So yes, we have an X drive, and the different thing about this X drive is actually 6 motors. So the reason why we're able to do 6 motors is with the introduction of half watts. So if you look on the bottom of the drive here, you'll notice a lot of wheels, but on the very bottom you'll have 4 half watts and 4 full watts. So that adds up to 66 full watts on the drive base. We're running the drive base at 400 RPM. Now that does run a bit slower, like initially in your head than like a normal drive. But since X drive, or it's known as holonomic drive, runs a bit faster as the normal drive, this will run about 425 RPM, somewhere around that range. So it's a good mix and match between defense, offense, allowing us to have enough speed to maneuver around the field and have enough power to push people as well.
So real quick to ask you on that, looking at the pushback game in particular, why was having holonomic motion on your robot so important to have?
Yes, so the holonomic motion was really important because in addition to our intake, we're actually able to go underneath the goal. So being able to strafe side to side, being able to go underneath the goal, it just allows us to maneuver a lot better. As well as if we're lined up with a goal and a team comes in from the side, we can kind of counteract their motion by pushing them to this side. So it's really, really hard to knock us off of a goal and to knock us off of our balance because we're able to move in all directions, unlike other teams. On the counter end, we're able to do a lot of defense on teams playing offensively, because if they're scoring here, we can push them sideways and we don't need to turn it all. We're able to just immediately go right into scoring.
From a packaging standpoint, you guys have a pretty wide robot overall. Can you just talk to me a little bit more about how that design came together and why that overall drive base size was appropriate for your team? Yeah,
so the drive base size is appropriate for our team because we have the intake in the middle and then we have our battery and air compressor. This allows us to have really good center of gravity. So a lot of teams this year, you may notice if they go forward and back very quickly, they may end up having, not tipping, but they may have a lot of tipping motion. This robot is very ground focused, so it always stays on the ground, and allowing these wheels to always have full contact with the ground is really, really important with X drive. Since we're always having to move these 4 wheels and they're angled, making sure that we have full contact with the ground is just really, really important. So that's kind of how and why we made it really, really wide, so that we don't have any of those tipping issues that other bots may have.
When did your team move over to doing a lever mech? And then can you talk to me a little more how that comes together with the X drive as well?
So yes, the lever mech, we initially were thinking of a C design early in the season, but then we found a video on YouTube about a lever mech, and it's something that we hadn't really seen before, but we realized that it'd be really, really beneficial because you're able to store a lot of blocks. If I demonstrate here, so I'm gonna turn on the program, but I'll just load it in here. So you're able to store a lot of blocks. This one holds 5. And since the strategy has changed, you actually don't have to hold as many blocks as in earlier seasons. So in Mall of America, you would see a lot of basketballs holding 10 to 15 blocks. But now that control bonus is really, really important, 3 to 5 blocks is really is really the amount that you want to hold, unless you're focused on skills. So this was kind of the perfect bot, especially perfect intake, especially for X drive, because having a light intake on top of the robot just puts less power on the motors. So to kind of demonstrate that, what we do, this is our intake in the front. It's running with a green cartridge and is geared up, so it's running a bit faster so that we have enough torque. And essentially it just intakes up and it funnels through that middle section. And then we have another motor powering here, which is a red motor that's running at 50 RPM. And this arm essentially just goes in and shoots out like that. So it gives us really, really quick scoring and allows us to score in under a second, essentially.
So obviously the competition is very intense here at Kalahari. Do you think Leverbot's still the way to go looking into the future? And then can you explain why that has worked out for you here at Kalahari too?
I believe a really good tuned lever robot is really, really good for competition because especially with the control bonus, being able to instantly line up to the goal, scoring underneath the second, and focus on either the middle or low goal and parking is really, really essential. So the least amount of time you spend on scoring, the more amount of time you have to do other things. And it does essentially everything that a front to back can do. But in addition to that, it's able to go underneath so that it's able to get middle goal really efficiently as well. So being able to go underneath the goal and get middle goal, I feel like is a really good combination for lever.
That's where Randy talked about some of the programming that's gone into this. You know, when you think about holonomic motion, you're just adding a whole new set of complexities sometimes in regards to what this is. So can we talk about, of course, how that works from a programming side and all the other features that you want to highlight too?
Yeah, for sure. So on the bottom of our robot, we have the odometers. So one thing with our robot, since we have it so complex, we have to put our odometry wheels at an angle. Although it's not orthodox to do it like that, it still gets our job done. The effects that the angled odometry wheels have is going to be more focused on how much inches we traveled. So in the code, we just calculate the offset or I just calculate the angle that it's at, and then it'll help us actually get the real true value of how much we actually travel. So due to the lack of X drives in VRC, especially in high school or middle school, I couldn't find a good template for an X drive, especially for having 6 motors. So we had to start from scratch. We had to start calculating our own PID on the robot, and we had to use the mathematical values from the odometry rotation wheels in order to help us figure out where to go on the field as it's like a point system. So, and also another thing that we have is that our robot is field centric. So which is field centric is pretty much is that whenever you go straight, that is always straight. So a lot of people don't do it no more because they are due to tank drive, they are more focused on where the front is always facing. But due to X drive, since we can strafe everywhere where we want to, it is much easier for the driver, for Nathan, to just always remembering that if you go straight, I always will go straight no matter where I'm facing. So that is one plus side that we have of robot with field centric. And we also have robot centric, just in case Nathan wants to do anything fancy when he's facing like the other way or anything. But we don't really use that as much because it's a safer bet to just focus on being field centric and just always remembering that straight is straight.
I'm a big fan of field centric myself as well too. I want to ask, can we look at those odometry pods again?
Yeah.
I'd love to just have you talk a bit more. Like, how did you come up with having that sort of fold out or that retraction that you have? That's really cool.
Yeah, so as a builder, I'm responsible for listening to my programming, listening to his wants and needs. So a programmer, he needs the tracking wheels, but I'm like, okay, well, the tracking wheels are a little bit harder with X drive because we also want to be able to go over the part. So what we do in the beginning of the match is we set these up, and like he said, they're at an angle. Yet when the robot detects that it goes above a certain height limit, let's say an inch, they'll end up flipping back in because it doesn't have contact with the ground anymore. So that's the reason why we have kind of those flipping tracking wheels, and we implemented that in X drive because we're able to move in all directions. Why not be able to go over the park barrier in any direction as well? And not having those tracking wheels in the way is really, really helpful.
The forethought in that's really cool, guys. I love that so much. Excalibur, thank you very much for taking the time to tell us more about this. A lot of great stuff I think teams can digest and consider for their robots as well too. So we can't wait to see, overall how your season continues to improve. Wish you best of luck on that, and thanks for being on Pits and Parts.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay up to date on future fun videos. The Robotics Education and Competition Foundation provides fantastic programs for students from elementary school all the way through college. These include VEX, aerial drone competition, online challenges, JROTC, girl-powered, scholarships, certifications, and so much more. To discover these exciting opportunities, visit recf.org and get connected. Build your alliance and discover why so many VEX alumni choose Kettering University. Every student at Kettering experiences their cutting-edge co-op programs that seamlessly blend the professional and academic worlds. Kettering co-ops are a fully immersive working experience at the leading edge of industry. Head on over to kettering.edu/VEX to learn more about their incredible programs and get more information.